Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here, and this is the way I see it. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you. I love you all, and I appreciate you comments, and keep hitting that like button every chance you get. My PayPal information is in the link below, and if you want to donate anything, no matter the amount, it'll be greatly appreciated. I never realized when I started this YouTube channel that I was going to incur a lot of expense. I've been doing everything from my phone for about 5 months now, and I've got to the point where I need to upgrade in order to keep up with other Patriot YouTubers, and so I can have interactions with them and with my viewers. So just this week and last week, I upgraded by buying a new laptop. I had to get a new camera, and I had to get a new microphone, and that was well over $1,000, and it was money I wasn't expecting to spend, but I spent it. I put it on my credit card because I want to upgrade, and I want to be able to get the word out to all of the people that I can in the best way that I can, and the only way to do that is to upgrade equipment, and that's what I've done. So if you'd like to contribute to my PayPal account, I'll be greatly appreciative. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about human trafficking. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about the Democratic Party. In the end, I'll finish up with a story on the Vatican. But I want to start off with Jacksonville, Florida. 31-year-old Richard Anthony Moffitt. He pled guilty on Friday to 3 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. Moffitt faces 15 to life. He hasn't been sentenced yet, but it will be scheduled, I'm sure, very soon. Moffitt moved from Ohio to Jacksonville, Florida, and began selling heroin from cheap hotels and looking for heroin-addicted women that he could control and exploit for financial gain. Moffitt gained control of the lives and the sexual activities of 3 heroin-addicted women by forcing these women to having sex with paying customers for his own profit. One of these victims was arrested twice for street prostitution, and after the second arrest, she told police about Moffitt forcing her into selling her body for heroin. The Jacksonville Police Department did an investigation, and they found that she was telling the truth. Moffitt was arrested, and now he faces 15 to life. I want to talk to you a little bit about the demon rats for a second. The far-left Demon Rat Party is ramping up efforts to target and isolate all pro-life Democrats as the far-left mobilizes over the new restrictive abortion laws across the United States. These Democrats once tolerated both pro-life and pro-choice views within the party, but new pro-lifers in the Democrat Party are told they are no longer welcome in the Democratic Party, such as Louisiana's Democratic governor who signed the heartbeat bill into law. Dems say that the Demon Rat Party must be 100% pro-choice, and this is not negotiable at any cost. And the backflow by liberals are fierce. It's never ending until pro-life Dems are out of the office, and it pushes only pro-choice agendas. That's all these people want. The Democrat Party wants to get rid of all Democrats who believe in pro-life. Dems say that we're not the majority in the Senate, and if any demon rat is not pro-choice, they are not serving the American people and will not be reelected. I guess that's the reason Joe Biden jumped on the bandwagon and turned his back on the Hyde Amendment, which he had a big part in. Y'all pardon me just a second. I dropped some papers. I got to pick them up. But anyway, that's Uncle Creepy Joe Biden for you. He changes his stance on the issues to accommodate the far-left Demon Rat Party. Because he knows that if he stands on any ground that is anyway pro-life, he's going to be left in the dust. And he's probably going to be left in the dust anyway. These Democrat Debates are going to be coming up later this month, I believe, and I cannot wait until they start tearing each other apart in these debates. I'm believing and hoping that they throw all the dirt that they have on each other right out in front of the camera for the whole world to see. I believe that when they do these debates, they're going to make total fools of themselves, and I can't wait to see it. But people, I got a small story out of the Vatican I got to tell you about. And it's more and more of the same old craziness out of the Vatican. On Thursday, Pope Francis issued a new law that requires all priests and nuns to report clergy sexual abuse by their superiors to church authorities. The mainstream media is reporting that this new groundbreaking law advocates for transparency. But I say this law is simply more of the same trash we always get from the Vatican. The problem with this so-called groundbreaking new law is this. The Vatican has policed itself since the beginning of the Catholic Church. That's been a long time, people. In no way can the Pope hope for this new law to stop sexually continued abuses by priests and nuns. Bishops, priests, and nuns reporting to themselves has been the problem from the very beginning. All of these so-called leaders do is cover up all abuses by the church. This law only added another layer to the corrupt bureaucracy of the church, and Catholics cannot and will not address the sex abuses of the clergy. Usually someone accused of sexual abuse in the clergy are just sent to another country. What the church needs to do is report abuses by the clergy to the proper police authorities and be charged, be arrested, and found guilty in a real court of law. Instead of more than ever, Catholics are coming up with these abuses, and they're telling it to the clergy, and the only thing that's going to come out of that is the sexual abuse will continue because these bishops and priests who are doing the investigating on these things are going to sweep it under the rug. Catholics say, let's get a bishop to the crime scene first. Come on, people. A bishop to the crime scene. I don't know why he's going there. I doubt very seriously if these bishops have any education in criminal law and how to do a proper investigation. Well, they're going to send a bishop to the crime scene first. This is the last thing that should happen because the bishop will sweep everything under the rug just the way it's been since the beginning. And they're going to turn around and say it never happened anyway. I want to see proof that these bishops are doing sexual abuse investigations in the proper way and at least have some knowledge of how to investigate a crime. These bishops are ignorant to the law of the land, and more abuses just simply go away, swept under the proverbial rug by a bishop or a priest doing the investigating. If the Vatican was truly serious about ending sexual abuses in the church, then they would not allow these bishops to investigate crimes of sexual abuse. They would have the proper authorities investigate with people who have knowledge and experience and education to do such investigations. The new law is the latest effort from Francis to cover up sexual abuses in the church. This new law shows that the Vatican has no credibility when it comes to doing the right thing and prosecute these priests and nuns and bishops in a real court of law. This law requires abuses to be reported to the Vatican and never to proper police authorities. The victims, get this, victims and advocates have argued for decades that bishops and religious superiors have escaped justice for sexual misconduct and have failed to protect their flock from predators. They've been doing it for longer than decades, people. It's been going on since the very beginning of the Catholic Church. The church fails abuse survivors over and over again. It never changes and it never gets any better. All promises by the elite have been broken beyond belief. As a matter of fact, the Vatican has no real police department at all. The security in the Vatican City is provided by the Swiss Guard. The Swiss Guard is a military unit of the Holy See and not the Vatican City State. The Swiss Guard is responsible only for the security of the Pope. There is another so-called security service in Vatican City, and I'm going to screw this name up, but it's called Gendarmerie, who ensure public order at meetings and ceremonies, as well as the marching band at the Vatican, people. Can you believe that? Nowhere in here does it say they do investigations or they arrest anybody. They just supply security for the Pope and for his meetings and his conferences. I remind you of this fact, that this week, Pope Francis mandated all sexual abuses in the church will be reported to church officials and not proper police agencies. Hence, I say it's all about protecting bishops, priests, and nuns from being brought up on charges and convicted of sexual abuse. And it's just a cover-up, people. They come out with these new laws out of Vatican City, and the mainstream media jumps all over itself to praise this new law. Well, this new law does absolutely nothing to protect victims of sexual abuse by the elite in the church. It's nothing but a cover-up. It's going to remain a cover-up. They're never going to do anything. There are so many, I believe 50,000 children of priests in one organization alone. I didn't do my research. I'm just talking off the top of my head, and I can't remember what the name of that group is. But I know they have at least 50,000 members who are children of priests who had sexually abused their mothers. Hence, they are the children of the priest. 50,000 in one organization, and there are more organizations, people. But anyway, I'm not going to run the Catholic Church down. I just wanted you to know that what Pope Francis is doing, he's writing these rules and laws, and he's putting it out there for the mainstream media just to fall all over themselves about. When in reality, this new law does absolutely nothing. Just more of the same old trash. People, this is Deplorable Bobby. I want you to pray for our children, the exploited and the trafficked and the abused. I want you to pray. I want you to pray hard that this channel grows. And I want you to pray for me as I try to do the right thing. Pray for each other. Pray for Trump. And God bless America. I'll talk to you later.